All right. Welcome, everybody, to February 17th. Today is a B day, and we start all announcements always off with the Pledge of Allegiance. So that's where we'll start first. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation,
Sorry.
under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. All right. We have special guests. Our special guests will trump these. We'll get to these later. Our special guest today is Dr. Ruth E. White, PhD. She has taught for more than 20 years right here at Washington High School, starting with our 10th grade language arts, and she finished with sections of U.S. Humanities and AP Lit. So for all my LA teachers out there like Leadham, thumbs up in her. That's right. Homegrown, did a ton for our school. In addition to teaching English, she was also an academic advisor to minority students, through which she was able to foster positive relationships with students beyond those in classes, and was able to create Ethnic Week festivities, which include the Ethnic Food Fair and the Ethnic Week Fashion Show. And number three, she's also the founder and executive director of the Academy for Scholastic and Personal Success. It's a program I've been involved with in different capacities over the years, and I am always amazed how many of our Black educators who are both in this area and have left this area, how well connected she has been to them for all these years and helping tap into their talents to help our students here in Cedar Rapids. It was my first job actually after college. So, ladies and gentlemen, a person who's very dear to my heart, Dr. Ruth White.
Thank you, Mr. Ballard. Hello, everybody. I'm happy to be on this morning during African American History Month. The commentary that I have is something that it seems to me to be on a loop in my mind. I say the same thing all the time. And that is that we should all be willing and able to put forth utmost effort to advance our educational opportunities. Washington High School is stellar in that regard, in being able to foster young people to do more than they think they can do. That experience is what led me to develop the Academy for Scholastic and Personal Success. I was in that job, and nobody knew what it was at the time. We were just kind of doing it. When I realized that many of the students that I was coming into contact with didn't have any idea what they were going to do after high school, didn't have any idea why they were in high school, didn't know how one course led to another that led to preparation for college, didn't have a good attitude, yada, yada, yada. And so I was really kind of astounded to find this happening over and over and over again. So I thought, these young people need to know who they are. They need to understand that they stand on the shoulders of their ancestors, that nobody does anything by themselves. Everybody needs support. And so the Academy came out of that realization. I'll say just a few words about it because we're in recruitment mode now. So for incoming freshmen and sophomores and even juniors, we have a 6-week summer session at Mount Mercy University, where we teach cultural information, paramount, I would say. To know who you are, you have to know your history, and rigorous courses in literature, history, math, science, and post-secondary seminar, all taught by people who look like the young people that we are teaching. That's where Mr. Ballard came in. He happened to look like the young people that we were teaching math and science to. So that's the Academy. I think that for the first time in 3 years, we will be able to travel at the end of the session, which is always something that young people look forward to, going to some place where we can see African-American culture in positive reflection. So we haven't traveled since 2019, and keep your fingers crossed, we'll be able to travel this year. So enough about the Academy. I don't know how many minutes I have, but I just want to say in regard, first of all, a person who is African American is always aware that he or she is African American. And I have said to people who are much more astute than I am, your world and my world are not the same. We live in the same larger world, but my experiences and your experiences come from different places. So the fact that I was able to teach humanities, U.S. history in literary form, and that I was able to teach AP Lit just made me giddy. I was so happy. I had to run down the hall sometimes to find students of color to pull into those classes because they thought that they shouldn't be taking AP or humanities. And I said, what are you talking about? So come and sit down and we'll teach you something. And so those were my really stellar experiences at Washington High School. Being academic advisor to minority students really changed my life, and it changed the lives of many students. The same thing is true with AP. Interacting with the staff at that time was really, really fun. I always tell students that learning can be fun. It's not necessarily a drudge. When you know something, you feel better about yourself, and the more you know, the better you feel. So I would recommend to all of you, Black, Brown, or Grizzly Gray in this African American History Month, to dig down, have a positive attitude about what you're learning, and take as much away from this wonderful, wonderful high school experience as you can. How's that?
Spot on.
Okay.
Thank you, Dr. White.
You're welcome.
And yeah, so she's here all the time. If you don't know her, get to know her. I don't know if I've ever said this to you directly. I've always kind of said that she's like Cedar Rapids' Oprah.
Oh my goodness.
Just based upon knowledge, excellence. Yeah, there's a lot of the same vibes as I've met Oprah once. A lot of the same vibes. So that's right, Lita. I've met some people over time. So thank you, Dr. White. You are welcome to stay as long as you want, or you can head on out at any time. Thank you again.
You're quite welcome. Thanks for having me.
All right, on to our other announcements, because we have so little time. PJs for public schools will be taking place tonight. Remember that hyperlink can be available. If you just ask your teachers, we have them till it'll be at 7 p.m. tonight. And again, it's a fundraiser through our foundation. It's really big with our elementary schoolers, but yeah, Doc Jones, I know some people. What can I say? For those of you interested in playing women's soccer, there's an informational meeting today at 3 p.m. in the cafeteria, and you'll get information there about open gym as well as practices those first couple of weeks. That's for our ladies soccer team. For those of you interested in women's tennis, there's also a meeting today at 3 p.m. So in other words, we're getting into this season now. That meeting will be taking place in the cafeteria, and you'll hear the exact same stuff. FCA will be starting their Bible study next week. That'll be in Ms. Stoll's room 118. Those meetings take place at 7 a.m. We've talked about headphones before. Remember, they're on sale for $2 or $3 in the IMC. $2 are the traditional, just hear only. $3 has the built-in mic. The art department is still collecting images for one more day. You can send them to Ennis or Schmelzer. Remember, those can either be hand-drawn on online paper, or they can be PNGs or JPEGs. Remember, track is going to start on the 21st. All other sports start on March 14th. And make sure that you get registered properly. FAFSA is still available, and still you can get help with that if you go see Ms. Mangridge in 117. Take Charge will be meeting in 116 after school today, and Ukulele Jam will be in 119 after school. And lastly, Board Game Club will take place at 3 o'clock in the library. As far as events go, we've got Wrestling State today. We've also got a women's soccer meeting and a boys sophomore game versus Waterloo East at East, followed up by the varsity game at 6 and 7:30 respectively. Birthdays include today Lily Packingham, Abigail Fostick, Joseph Ingram, Friedrich Koth, and Finley Eggleston. Happy birthday to our Warriors. To finish off our announcements so I can wrap a bow on this thing, get you fine folks to class, we have corn dogs with aioli and baked beans today, spicy chicken sandwich, sub sandwich, chef salad, and pizza. And the girls' tennis meeting is actually next week after school. Okay, that's good to know. I believe that concludes announcements today. Who haven't I called on for a while to do? Mr. Wright, sign us off today.
It's always a great day to be a warrior.
That's right. You guys take care, enjoy, and remember that. Bye.